Okay, so we'll see if anybody shows up. If anybody shows up for this one, I'll be surprised. I'm going to turn my phone on silent, do not disturb mode. We're officially living in a cartoon, people. We're officially living in a cartoon world, an alternate universe that I can't understand. How's it going, everybody? My name's Steven. I'm not leaving Las Vegas. Hope you like my Vegas shirt. It has fish and Vegas stuff on it. And I don't know where my wife gets these things, but she finds them. Now I have one. Hi, everybody. Tori is here. Margarita is here. Margaret is here. So I have two versions of the same name from two different parts of the world. And Kevin is here, and nobody else is here because why? I mean, Vegas is back. You don't have to pay attention to a guy like me, but that's okay. So we have some folks that are here. Mr. Uber's here. William's here. Cool. Jordan's here. Yeah, I clicked the button a few minutes early, but that should, I don't know. I don't know how Facebook notifications work. I better actually text somebody this URL because their notifications are broken. Their notifications don't work correctly. So I should do that right now. Great content. Thank you so much. Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you for being here along with the ride with me. So I'm going to go on a bit of a thing here. Everybody seems to be talking about face masks today. And as you guys know, they were seriously mandated now. You have to wear a face mask if you want to participate in certain casino games in Las Vegas. I'm so rude to be looking at my phone while I do this. I apologize. It'll only take a minute. I got Reno. I didn't know Reno was up in Hogtown, was up in Tirana. That's cool, Reno. Glad you're here with us today. Copy link. Go to WhatsApp Messenger. Put some stuff into some WhatsApp Messenger, tell that person that I have the live sauce going on, and then that's it. Then we put our phone down. The phone carries bacteria and germs. You better use a face mask when you're wearing your phone. Teacher loves Disney. Thank you so much. All right, guys and gals, how you doing today? We've officially entered into the Twilight Zone. Last few days have been fun. Last night I went to send some mail out. Went to send off some face masks. We have these spiffy 4th of July face masks that we can only send out for the next week or so, so they'll make sure they get to you by the 4th of July. Very patriotic, very nice. I wore my mask while I was on Fremont Street last night. Nobody complained that they couldn't hear me. I didn't feel like hot garbage afterwards. It just makes my facial hair a little bit itchy, and that's what it is. Ties up behind the ears. I like them. Get them at the URL. People consider me a hypocrite, an e-beggar. I don't really care anymore. The shirt is back. I just wore this shirt for the first time, Eric. So, yes, this is a different shirt. The one I was wearing last night was way more busybodied. But you know what? We're going to talk about the whole face mask debacle in Las Vegas, and we're going to talk about some crazy theories on Vegas health and safety, as the title implies. I have cat hair on the shirt. I swear to you, it came to the house. I had it on for 3 minutes. That has cat hair on it. Ontario, Canada's in the house, and people in Canada are trapped in Canada. You're trapped north of the 48th parallel. You can't go anywhere. Can't go to the United States, where it's oh so sandy in Las Vegas. So last night, late at night, dropping mail off, the wife says something to the effect of, I'm hungry, I don't want to cook, I've been sewing all day. I said, well, I'm hungry and I don't want to do anything because I'm lazy. And so I ended up going to try to find something. And she goes, I'm so tired of In-N-Out Burger. I said, I concur. I don't even really eat In-N-Out Burger. I eat her leftovers. She's not a huge eater. So we get the number one with fries, lightly well done, and a Neapolitan shake. And it is so delicious that my pants don't fit me. I'm serious. So I'm not going to go to In-N-Out Burger. So I fire up the app, and I'm going to eat junk and crap because why not? Once you're this deep in, it's called the sunk cost fallacy. It means that I'm not going to explain it to you. You guys don't care what that means, right? And I'm sorry if I have a cocky attitude. Somebody said I did on the channel. I'm just going to flow with it for a little while. Then we'll get some of your ideas. So anyways, so I fire up the app, Burger King, drive to the Burger King. It says they're open till 12. It's 11:25. They're closed. Closed. Oh, look, there's a Five Guys. Go over to the Five Guys. Five Guys sign is open. There's two guys in there, the restaurant working. If there's not five guys in there, and I'm going to give them a pass. You know, this whole COVID thing. They have to furlough their staff and all that. And I pull on the door, and the guy goes, it's closed. But I point to the sign, and I said, your sign's on, it says 12 o'clock. He goes, I can tell one guy in there in the back. He just is, I don't give a you-know-what. But the other guy is like, he looks twice and he realizes, yeah, that does say that. And he goes, I'm sorry, we're closed. And I said, okay, but you have 15 signs telling me about social distancing. Maybe you could put your temporary hours up there, please. Because, I mean, I just wanted to get a burger. I'm not mad at you. So you're not your policy. You're not the manager. You're not the jefe. You're not the boss. I'm looking for the Filipino word in my head. It's not there. You're not boasting, that's the word. And so I go to another place. I end up going to Jack in the Box. I don't know. Don't go to Jack in the Box. When I lived in California and Mexico, we used to call it Yak in the Box because that's what you would do afterwards. And so it's like a cartoon world that we live in. And, I mean, today's day was just filled with calling people at my job, and I managed to get some business, which was very nice. And, it just nobody. The drive-throughs are jammed up. Nothing ever happens the way it should be nowadays, and I'm frustrated with it. And I'm also frustrated with the news that came out last night that the gaming tables that don't have plexiglass on them, just for the card games, not for the slots, are going to require face masks in Las Vegas. So I post something about this in the comments on my video, and it's an eruption. It's a massive explosion of people, and they have such diverse. It's not diverse, okay? It's one side versus the other. You have people that are on the extreme right side of things that think that the virus is a fake phony, and you have people on the extreme left-hand side of things that say that we should shut Las Vegas down for another 18 months till there's a vaccine. I'm guessing there's going to be a vaccine quicker than that. I have been told by somebody credible, and so I believe that person. And so it comes down to exact polar opposites. Nobody wants to have their common sense. Nobody wants to think with common sense. At one point, we had common sense. I do that every damn live stream. Let me get some water. I'm a little verklempt. But then people start making stupid arguments. You want to hear what a stupid argument is? Give me a thumbs up if you want to hear a stupid argument. I have 284 people watching, and I'm very blessed, and I very much appreciate it. But I only have 63 likes. So get me to 100 likes. I'll tell you what a really stupid argument is. If you're making this argument, God bless you. You're still my friend. Just because I think what you think is not right doesn't mean that we're not friends. Okay? So I'll tell you a dumb argument about what the whole thing people put this on, about face masks, about everything, about shutdowns. And I'll tell you why we had to shut it down for a little while. Wow, 107 likes. Thank you. I had to e-beg for likes today. I'll e-beg for my wife. She works hard with the vegasfacemask.com over there. You guys can order them up. We have some patterns if you want casino stuff. I may even have those. But I have the 4th of July. I'm trying to get you guys some patriotism in this country because everybody's so divided right now. So the stupid argument is this. When people say, yeah, but in the 1918 Spanish flu... Oh, don't give me that argument. I was thinking about it this morning. Don't give me the argument about the 1918 Spanish pandemic, flu pandemic, whatever you want to call it. When are you going back to the D for part 2? Probably never. I never actually got any email back from them, so I assume that maybe they're busy or they're not interested. But yeah, I'm not going to go into the D for part 2. I was told that you could film in the D, and that lots of bloggers do it. You have to ask permission. I don't know. Maybe I just met up with a security guard that just had a breakup with his honey bunny on Instagram or something like that. I have no clue what happened. So who knows, right? You don't know. All I know is that when you put certain people in a position of authority, they turn into little people with a big ego that can't be controlled. It's the same reason why some people get violent and mean when they drink. They feel oppressed, and then they lose their inhibitions, and then they feel like they can just say anything, and then they just are abusive. The dumb thing about comparing it to the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic is simple, okay? For example, in my house right now, there's an item. There's an item. So I'm a sellout. Let's get that. I'm a sellout, everybody. Oh boy, dislike this video. I know you guys, your haters are out there. There's an item in my house. I tracked it from DHL. Yesterday at 3 o'clock local time, it left Seoul, Korea. I'm not going to call it South Korea. I'm just going to call it Korea. If you meet people from South Korea, they identify if they're born there as Koreans. I know this because we were at the naturalization ceremony for my wife, and somebody there was from Korea, and they said, I'm from Korea, not South Korea. Anyhow, and then 24 hours later, it's at my house. 24 hours later, it's here in Las Vegas. DHL, Deutsche something logistics. It's a German company. I don't know what the middle thing sounds like. It says. That's crazy, right? So there's 102 years, as Jim points out, between us. 102 years. In 1918, you might have been one of the few people to drive a Ford Model, whatever it was. Was it the Model T in 1918? In 1918, you might have been one of the few. I think the top speed of that car might have been 50 miles per hour, and at that point, you felt like the thing might fall apart on you, even though they were well built. Probably better built than a lot of things nowadays. In 1918, it took you days to cross the Atlantic Ocean or the Pacific Ocean. In 1918, there's still parts of the world that nobody even knew about. In 1918, there wasn't a constant barrage of visitors all over the globe. In 1918, you weren't driving your car 75 miles an hour to go state to state to state in a matter of hours and seeing a whole entire new city with a whole entire new ecosystem of germs and bacteria and viruses. People didn't travel as far. Information didn't go as quickly from place to place. People in 1918, they suppressed the pandemic. You guys don't know this probably, but it was when the war effort was going on, and different countries around the world, they would suppress the pandemics. They wouldn't let anybody know how bad the flu pandemic really was back then, because that would mean that if they said we have this many sick in America, well, then the people that were on the other side that were fighting against, it was the Axis and the Allies. So the Axis forces would say, oh, look, America's hurting. We can attack them on that front. So there was a lot of withholding of information. You think it's withholding of information right now? No. Our current administration has given lots and lots of information to people. Don't listen to the media when they tell you that they're lying to you, because the public data is out there. The only countries that are hiding this data is the CCP, the Chinese Communist Chinese Party. They're withholding information on everything because that's how they do business over there. And I probably just lost my monetization on this video, but nobody's going to watch this after the fact. It's not a Vegas thing per se. But that's why I don't think there's a very good way that you can compare this to 1918. It just doesn't make any sense. You might be able to compare it more to 1968 or 1969. There was another big giant flu that came through the United States and took 100,000 lives. But you can't really compare it to anything. So we get back to the idea of face masks. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think that people should be able to be mandating them? Do you think it should be mandatory in Las Vegas? You tell me some comments below. I'll pick out the ones. We'll talk about it a little bit. Jerry Diver is here. I keep calling you Driver. If you are a transportation person for a living, you might want to legally get that name changed. Thank you so much, Jerry. You tell me there. I love your shirt. It's totally awesome. Thank you, John Boy. I was at the Paris Casino today. I was the only guest with a mask on. That's what Rags says. Well, I hope you're rags to riches. Thank you so much. Yes, they should be mandated, Jeffrey says. So tell me why you think they should be mandated. You can type up to 150 characters in that little box. You can tell me that. And if you're watching this on the post replay, you can type a freaking book. I think like 5,000 characters. Thank Eisenhower for the interstates. Sure, we can thank a lot of things that happened. A lot of things that happened post-World War II were done in America. We were the only country that was manufacturing anything. Everything else was blown apart. Hey, Lance Johns from the Pizza, Little Caesars manager. If you guys are going to get pizza in Las Vegas, you should go to his location. It's located on Sunset. And is it Stephanie, I want to say? MPLS Mikey is here. Thank you. MPLS Mikey says, thanks for the masks. Can't wait to receive them, Stephen Caroline. You're welcome. Late start for me. Hello, everyone. Face mask is WHO. Who exactly is taking responsibility for 3 months of no face masks preferred? Well, it hasn't been 3 months here since we've opened, but I think that's a good point. Can't enjoy Vegas with a mask on, even though we presently need to wear them, Wall Street says. And I agree. And you have been a person that's been in my chats nearly every single night, I think. You might have missed a time or two. And you've said before that they're not good for you. And I agree. I mean, it's not good to wear these for long term. So, I mean, I have a strategy. I'll tell you that strategy in a minute. Businesses can make their own rules and people can choose to go or not. Yeah, okay, that's a very libertarian way of looking at things. And that was said by whom did say that just now? That was DTW777. By the way, if I debate you and you lose respect for me, I'm not telling you you're wrong. I'm just giving you my side of things. So we can leave everything up to private business entities. How'd that work for us up in Flint, Michigan, where the water basically lit on fire when you poured it out of the faucet? Not very good. I'm not a fan of big government oversights, but the Environmental Protection Agency is a big government agency. They're always crooked. That's a problem. And then we look to our governments to do the best jobs for us. But we can't let private businesses mandate everything, because that comes up to crazy theories on Vegas health and safety in this video, which I'll get to in a few minutes. You can't let private government mandate everything. Trust me. Even Amazon spending all their profits that they made last year on their last quarterly earnings call on health and safety, you still can't trust that. CA officially mandated face masks today. California did it, and that's my point, right? You have the government level, and everybody in the state has to operate within the government system of that state. If you're not from the United States, you may not know this, but we're not one country with a parliamentary system where the prime minister signs a pen, snaps his finger, winks his nose like in Bewitched, and all of a sudden the law is across the country. We're 50 states. We're small republics that make up a bigger picture. We are, to borrow a term from my 8th grade social studies teacher, a real a real mosaic. You call Canadians cultural mosaics. That's a mosaic. It's little bits that make up a bigger picture. And so if the government here says that you have to mandate them and businesses have to wear them, you found that overnight, all of a sudden, all of the businesses you used to go to when it went into phase 2, suddenly everybody had to wear masks and have all these different safety measures put in. Before phase 2, they weren't mandating 50% of the people in the big stores, but then they were after phase 2 started. So what do? Do you leave it open to big business? I don't think that's working out very good for Las Vegas right now. I'm sorry I'm talking so much. I'm just kind of going on a bit of a flow rant here. The D and the El Cortez are making sure you have a mask on, even if you're on a table. No big deal for the gamblers. And that's another thing too. You're gambling, okay? You're not riding a bicycle. You're not jogging. You're not creating massive amounts of CO2, carbon dioxide. And if you have a severe medical condition where you can't wear a mask, you probably have some kind of an exemption to the rule. If you talk to them, I don't know if they'll allow you to sit at the tables. Only wear the suede masks at Encore and win. Reno is a high roller. Come down here from Toronto and high roll. I love it. Susanna is here from Australia. How you doing, my friend from Australia? And so when it comes right down to it, when it comes right down to it, you let government control your life, and then you better have the best damn government in the world, which there is no such thing, or you let the businesses completely run free and rampant, in which case everybody becomes a loser at the end because people get hurt. Whoa, Amy Petaway. Amy Petaway, why don't I recognize your name? I appreciate you being here in the chat. Coming to Vegas, thank you so much. Thank Amy, guys. 437 times. 437 times to hear a ranting lunatic talk on a microphone. Hopefully my voice is not putting you to sleep. So, my body, my choice. Okay, that's fine, MM said, and then he retracted that. No way, my body, my choice. Yeah, I mean, there are certain civil liberties that are dictated to us. They're, built into our Constitution. Constitution's still a great document. We still have to watch it. And we still do have my body, my choice. But you got to remember, you're also going into a private business in Las Vegas. Their choice is to let you in under their rules. And that's what their choice is. And right now, their rules are let everybody in. Let everybody do whatever they want. Don't give a damn about social distancing. The way I'm going to be using my mask is simple, right? I'm on Las Vegas Boulevard. Not many people near me. There's a slight breeze. It's a nice balmy night of 95 degrees at 10 o'clock at night. I'm not wearing the mask when I'm in that situation. You know why? Because I'm not a complete crazy person on the right, and I'm not a complete crazy person on the left. I don't have to wear this thing in fear that the big bad virus is going to suddenly catch a summer breeze, come blowing in from across the sea, and then infect my lungs. That's a song. Call it the song I just said. The summer breeze was flowing in from across the sea. But anyways, I don't sing very well. So I'm not worried about that. But, hey, look, I'm in front of the Bellagio. There's 500 people in front of the Bellagio on 1/10 of a mile, even less. I'm putting the mask on. I'm tying it up. I'm wearing the mask. You know why? Because I'm going to sit there for 20 minutes and watch the Bellagio show. And there's some asymptomatic son of a gun next to me. God bless him. He's not wrong if he's asymptomatic. And he's not wearing a mask. And he sneezes. And big, huge globules come out of him. And he hits the railing. And I walk over to put my camera down. And I hit the railing. And then I go, oh, my nose is itchy. And I scratch underneath my nose. Boom. Now look at that. I'm a spreader. And that's why I'm wearing a mask here when I see a bunch of people. And there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't make me brainwashed. It makes me a person that made a choice. I had a choice, and I made a choice. And I think that's a choice that a lot of people should meet somewhere along those lines of common sense. And if the casinos are going to require people to wear masks inside the room, the building, it makes a lot of sense to me. Oh, MPLS Mikey loves me and Blackjack. Blackjack is currently not in here. He's a trader today. See if he comes in, I'll bring him up. So that's my point, right? When you go into the casino and you're in the Bellagio Conservatory and there's handrails everywhere, and thank you so much, MPLS Mikey, we love you too. And when you go in there and somebody is sick and they're not wearing a mask and they sneeze or they I got something in my teeth and they scratch their teeth and then they touch the railing and that thing sits for maybe, I don't know, so first they said 17 years or something, the bacteria, the virus sits. Now it's an hour, who knows what it is. You get different data every day. It's a battle for our minds to be paranoid. So you touch that and then you go, oh man, I got something in my eye. Boom. Well, I'd rather not have that happen. And that's the thing. And if I ever get it, I don't want that to happen to somebody else. So come at me with why I'm wrong, why I'm right. That's it. We can listen to some of your comments right now. It is in the air, Martin says. I mean, we don't know if it's aerosol-based. Aerosol-based meaning that when you walk and you spray some nice smelling air freshener, it kind of lingers in the air, right? It doesn't fall to the ground and you lose the smell. Well, that's the same idea. What if you sneeze and it sits in front of you, or you're spitting it out through your mouth? Well, WHO says that if within proximity of a person for 30 minutes. Remember, before it was that if anybody even looked at you, you could catch it through the eyesight of another human being, I guess. I have something in my eye. Boom! You got COVID in your eye. Excuse me. You have something on your teeth. Boom! You have COVID. No, it was broccoli. Okay, I just ate a nice meal at the Bellagio. Stop it already. Watbury is here. How you doing, Watbury? People who don't wear masks, shame on you. No, we don't want to shame people that don't wear masks. That's another thing, too. The whole mask shaming thing, that's completely garbage. I don't want to say curse words on the live streams. I don't want to say curse words in my video. I've done it twice in like almost 100 of these I've done now. Almost in a row, by the way. I'm trying to figure it out. It happened in April. Not in a row, so I'm wrong. It was March or April. It's like a lot of live streams. But we don't want to curse on the live stream, but I don't like that. That's bogus. That's BS. We don't want to shame people who don't wear a mask. If you see somebody, they're not wearing a mask, you don't know what their deal is. You have no idea. Maybe they just forgot it at home. Maybe they have a medical condition, but don't shame people. That's not the right way to do it. Sorry about that. I don't see eye to eye on that. Mask doesn't protect you. It protects other people from you. And that's another thing, too. You know, the other reports is that 35% of all people in the United States might have already carried this thing. They might have it. You might have it. You don't even know you have it. Good for you. You're young, you're strong, you go to the gym 17 times a week, you work out, you have a great immune system because you take all of your vitamins and all of your minerals and all of your fish oil supplements that helps boost your vitamin C's, your antioxidants and stuff, and you don't know you have it, and you sneeze and you think it's just your seasonal allergies. Boom. There it is. You spread it. Ever wonder why people never wear masks during the flu season? I've heard that argument too, Honky, so here's the thing. Honky. Look at me, I'm racist because I said a name. Okay, anyways, here's the deal. You ever wonder why Japan had such a low prevalence of this? They've been wearing masks like this for 25, 30, 40 years. They've been wearing them during flu season every year. And a mask in Japan, if you don't wear one and you're sick, it's considered very unpolite. So they have a different culture in Japan. And we used to make fun of them. I know you did. I know you all did. You say, oh, look at that. Isn't that silly? Why do they do that in Asia? Whoa, look at you now. Ryan Wilkerson, love your daily vlogs. Ignore the haters. You're getting more and more viewers every day. No need to waste your oxygen or time on these idiots. I did that like Ren and Stimpy. Keep on keeping on. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate you, Ryan. So that's what that is. No American deserves to... Wait, why did we have that? Okay, you're not going to get rid of Mac Barakai saying no American deserves to be bullied, especially virtue shaming. Who deleted that? Mods, don't delete that, okay? Yeah, we're not going to delete that. That's ridiculous. Mac Barakai is completely right. Mac Barakai was deleted by one of the mods. I know you're looking out for me. I love you guys all the same. But look, he said no American deserves to be bullied, especially for virtue signaling and shaming. And that's true. That is very true. I think it's just a nice neighborly thing to do for one another. The more masks, the quicker this stops spreading, unless you have a medical condition. I'd say that's right, Paper City Jeff. If you have a medical condition, you are also exempt if you have a medical condition from many, many things. If you have a medical condition, you can get on the airplane and not pay the upgraded seat fee to sit up in the bulkhead section of the plane. That's a popular section because you have more leg room. Guess what? You get on the plane, you don't pay the upgrade fee. If you have a legitimate service animal because, thank God bless you, you served in Iraq, Afghanistan, and you have a legitimate PTSD animal that helps you out, you're exempt. You don't have to pay. You know, these are the exemptions that we give to people, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, I have an itchy nose, so I'm going to turn around and scratch it. While I'm here, I'll turn right back around. Okay. My body, my choice, Traveling Man says. Isn't that hilarious, Traveling Man? Because a lot of people that were against that in the past, they're now saying that. You know what I'm talking about. You're a smart guy, Traveling Man. A lot of people on one side of the political aisle that were against that my body, my choice when it came to different women's rights are now saying the same thing. Irony. The ironing, as Bart Simpson once said, the ironing is delicious. And then Lisa says, I think you mean irony. Yes. Yeah, when are they going to get to the bottom of the Wuhan lab? They'll never get to the bottom of that. You know why? Because money is why. That's the same reason why nobody goes to prison if you have enough money. The criminal justice system is completely corrupt all over the world. It's not an American thing. Look what happens in other jurisdictions. They call those banana republics. And it looks like I love this place. I'm not moving anytime soon. I'm not hating on it, but I don't want us to slide into that. Charlie Dyson says, we wear our masks to protect them, others from us, not to protect us from them. Fair enough, Charlie. I mean, that's the same thing, too. I touch my face a whole lot, and when I'm wearing a mask, I know I'm not going to touch my mouth. I can't remember the name of it, but I tend to chew my fingernails. It's a nervous, anxious tic, and I tend to do that. Actually, I noticed since I stopped the caffeine, I'm doing that a lot less, which is very nice. I believe there's a cat entering the fray with us here. It's like defensive driving. You learn to drive to avoid other people's mistakes. Don't worry about yourself. Weak mask. Carry disinfected wipes and don't touch your face. Blackjack! Come here, baby. Look, I got a black cat. We're going to slow down the pace for half a second here. Hopefully we don't bore you. Oh, my gosh. Oh, he's still heavy. Hi, baby. Oh, you blend into my shirt, don't you? Don't claw my shirt, dude. We don't cut their claws. Because if they ever get out, I want them to be able to defend themselves. But he is razor sharp is what that means. What do you think about people say CV is phony? I think they're crazy. Well, I mean, it's like, it's not phony. People say it's 5G antennas. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Why? Because there's lots of countries that don't have any 5G, let alone 4G, and it's still happening. I got a Blackjack. While my Android keyboard has a mind of its own, I'm not surprised they tend to do that sometimes. Guys, we just got to be careful who we time out. So my mods are great people, and I love y'all. Blackjack the Dawn. Hey, baby. How you doing? Oh, you got the headbutts on the aviator's hat right there. So, wearing a mask in a grocery store is a confined environment. You know, and that's a big one. That's a big one. That should be a law. That should be mandated. The same reason I said, if you have something, you don't know if you're symptomatic, asymptomatic. Look, I watched Joe Biden in an interview on CNN, and he sneezed right into his hand. He achoo, just like that. And then the CNN commentator said, Mr. Vice President, you're supposed to sneeze into your elbow. I learned that from watching your coverage during the Obama administration. And Biden said, well, I'm old school. No, no. And that's another thing, too. Paul Titulaire. Thank you, Paul. And thank you so much, Dodger. 2 people positive at the Flamingo, 1 at the Bellagio. What kind of cartoon world am I living in? I said it once before. Why isn't Blackjack wearing a mask? We could try it. I got a mask. It's just a little cheapy. It's an old version. Oh my God. You're so fat and I'm so fat and we're fat together. Oh, it's not oh yeah, it's an old version. And oh no, I can't do it. It has pins inside of it. I can't put that on him. But Blackjack with pins inside of it, you would be hurt. You'd be a yelling cat. Oregon is mandating masks in public. Cat wearing a mask would be hilarious, although pretty much not great. He's pretty docile, but he gets pretty wild and he claws sometimes. Whoa! There you go. So that's the grocery store problem. The grocery store conundrum is the same thing. You sneeze into your hand, you grab a can of peas, and then I don't buy canned peas because, come on, you can use real peas. They're not much more. Buy the fresh stuff. Canned foods are not good for you. I should talk. I weigh 190 pounds according to last night over at the Heart Attack Grill. I'm so embarrassed for myself, but yeah, so that's another reason why. I mean, if you sneeze and you're wearing a mask, you're not getting it on your hands, you're not touching the products, and you're not bringing them to somebody else's house. That's crazy talk, right? People think that being asked to wear a mask interferes with their constitutional rights. I don't know. I mean, that's a really loaded question. I'm not a constitutional scholar. I guess you could talk to a lawyer or something. There's probably some kind of good dissertation on YouTube that you could you could watch through. But yeah, so we got 2 positive at the Flamingo. Really, I haven't looked at that. But I was going to make a video about crazy theories on Vegas health and safety, and it's really damning, and the casinos will never want me on their property ever again. So even if I wear a mask, they can still catch you on the face recognition. Here's the deal. You guys want to know what I think about the theory about why the casinos don't care? I only have 194 likes. I'm really embarrassed for myself. I must not have been doing a very good job. My words aren't coming out. My words aren't flowing out like endless rain into a letterbox. That's a song. Quote the song in the comments. You get 10 bonus points that mean nothing from me. So give me some more likes. Maybe I'll tell you why that is. If you don't do some protect you and others, chances are CV could last much longer. But yeah, but then there's the other argument, John Boy, and I know you're one of my awesome supporters and you text me good positive stuff and ideas. Here's the deal though. If we overprotect, then don't we get to a point where herd immunity is harder to get? Herd immunity is the only way that you could ever get it. Completely gone unless you have a vaccine. And who knows about those vaccines? I hear that they're coming, but hopefully they work properly. So Do I feel healthier caffeine-free, Alan says. Well, I notice I'm not biting my fingers as much. That's a good thing. I feel like I wake up at 5:30, 5:45, 6 o'clock in the morning every day just ready to go. But then I only sleep 5 hours a night, which is probably interfering with my health. It's very bad for men to get very little amounts of sleep. How do I become a moderator, Minneapolis Mikey? I just got to see here a whole lot, Minneapolis Mikey. Plus, most of my moderators are on my Patreon for at least a few months, so I know that they're on the same page as what I'm looking for. My father knows it. Now, by the way, my father has had a black avatar forever. So I'm just going to leave it at that. My father is Donald Campbell, and he's right. It's Across the Universe by John Lennon. So, okay, let's talk about the reasons why. Let's talk about the reasons why. So Vegas has this thing where they're oh man, this is going to suck. I'm going to get so much hate. Nice to know that I'm not the only fat bastard, Matt says. I'm a fat bastard now too, Matt. Thank you so much for your awesome graciousness. By the way, this microphone, this is courtesy of Matt, and most of the stuff that I'm talking to you on, that's not a computer, courtesy of Matt. So thank Matt for being so generous. He's an awesome guy, and he's a good friend of mine. And he makes wise guy comments because he's a wise guy from the East Coast somewhere. They're usually pretty sharp people on the East Coast. My theory about that is that when you live near that many people, you either get real wise guy and you get real smart and clever, or else you get eaten for dinner. What's my excuse? I don't know. I'm a Canadian. I'm not wise, or I am a guy. All right, so here's the deal. Here's the deal. You walk into a casino, they take your temperature check. But wait a minute, don't they have these big plans on file with the Nevada Gaming Control Board? Sure they do. They said they're going to do all this stuff. All they ended up doing was putting some signs up at the front of the properties and throughout the properties, putting some Purell hand sanitizers up, which is great marketing for Purell. How much you want to bet they got quite the deal on that. Putting some stickers on the floor and closing some bars. Some of the casinos are not even closing off the slot machines like they said they would, thereby creating a distance between the players. No, my theory is much more damning. My theory is that the casinos know. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I was going to make a video, then I said I'm not going to make a video, so I'm going to bury it at the 32-minute mark of this video. The casinos know that unless you can prove you came to the state of Nevada and stayed here for 3 weeks straight without leaving the state of Nevada, which is impossible for you to prove because you're not wearing a tracking device, that you can't prove that you got out of the casino. So they don't care. They don't care. They want money. They want profits. They lost a collective nearly $1 billion being shut down for 78 days straight, and they want to make that money back. So they go by what the Gaming Control Board says. They go to the minimum standards. They temperature check you when you check in. One person that I talked to on the channel said that he had a problem checking in at the South Point because his temperature was too high. He told him he was playing catch with his son in the parking lot or something like that. They had a father-son outing to Vegas, and they let him come back an hour later, and he passed the temperature thermal check. They don't allow cameras in. Some of them do. They kick you out when you do have a camera and you're showing the world what's going on. Okay, that's their prerogative. Again, it's a private business. They can do whatever they want. But they know that you're not going to be able to stay. Most of you are never staying here for 2-3 weeks. That's the induction period. So let's say you came here and you got sick. You'd have to prove that when you got diagnosed on June 20th that you were here on the 4th of June at least. At least. And then maybe you caught it in that induction period phase. They also know that contact tracing is completely bogus when it comes to a city like Las Vegas. It might work in your town. If you live in a city of 50,000 people, might work just fine. But they know that contact tracing is not going to work. They know that they could always just put it back on you and say maybe you got it at the airport in Pocatello, Idaho. I just name funny names like Pocatello, Idaho, and Walla Walla, Washington. Those are nice cities. I'm just saying they're funny names. And they know that you can't prove it. So what are they going to do? They're never going to be sued. Even the best lawyer in the world, even the best litigator on earth could never prove it. So just let everybody do whatever they want. Yeah, that's fine, just fine. But then we have some government oversight. Then we have the Gaming Control Board come in and say, wait a minute, the one place where people are stationary the whole time, the one place where they're a few feet away from each other, because they're not 6 feet away from each other if they're playing on a poker table and there's 6 players like the Bellagio is going to have when they open up. They're sitting there. They're stationary. Wait, hold on. Didn't the WHO said that this thing can be transmissible through the air on stationary? So you better wear a mask just on that one part of the casino. But where does the dominoes going to fall? Where does the dominoes going to fall? I was being pretty dramatic there, and then I completely derailed it. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a scary cartoon world. What does an attorney wear? A lawsuit. Ba-doom-tsh. MN is blasting out the dad jokes. Hey, what do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. Map app. So Jeffrey Clark was timed out by practically everybody on the whole channel just now. And I told my mods not to time out unless they are completely being ridiculous. Jeffrey Clark says, oh, yeah, Jeffrey, ooh, man, you're done. You can't say those kinds of things on my channel. That's anti-religious and anti-LGBT all rolled into one fantastic package. You win the Offensiveness of the Day award. You should probably go work through the issues you have with your family members or something like that. Poughkeepsie, that's another funny name. I like it. Hey, Steve, update. Dishes a tapas style at the buffet. As a guest employee, I feel we have our hands tied with these restrictions. I can see things die in a vine if phase 2 continues. I don't know. I'm not telling you not to come here. I'm telling you to come here and be level-headed and be smart. But I'm telling you, the casinos might not give a damn. That hurts because we look to the casinos as like this overlord that keeps Vegas afloat. If Vegas pushes the mask crap, say goodbye to the Vegas economy. 50% of people won't come if it's mandatory. FlixPix says, you're wrong. I'm sorry, you're wrong. You're wrong. That's it. The people that are going to come here are going to come here and they're going to adhere. People also said that the casinos would never last if they put plastic plexiglass on there. So that's not right. I'm sorry, I don't believe you. Mac Barakai says, thanks for keeping free chat. Free All-American speech celebrated. Maraming salamat. Walong naman, Mac. Thank you so much for being my kababayan from another mother or something. I said the wrong thing, I guess. I don't know. I don't know my Tagalog. It sucks. Okay, that's Filipino language called Tagalog. Tagalog. It's derivative of Spanish and Indonesian. It's fun because it uses our alphabet, except that they miss letters. Okay, I'm way off on a tangent. Get to the chopper. The virus still does not discriminate, but bonding with like-minded people on the strip on a ridiculous on the ridiculous of wearing a mask. I'm not sure what you're saying, William. It's okay. Jeff, we did no smoking in masks at our MGM, and they still come. See, that's another thing, too. No smoking. No one's going to come to Vegas, and they still come. Knight's Landing tonight says, thank you, and I thank him. Thank him so much. 576 times. That was great of him. It's working in Universal and IOA. People are doing it. And that's the thing. A lot of the native gaming casinos they're doing it, and people are not upset. There's one place where you have to go. This is how you check into this one native gaming casino. I don't know where it is, but it was posted up in our Facebook group. It's called Not Leaving Las Vegas. I want you all to join it right now so my mods have something to do when they wake up in the morning. Go join Not Leaving Las Vegas. You got to answer some questions to get in. You got to promise not to spam the group or be a jerk. But go join. It's on Facebook, Not Leaving Las Vegas. So somebody posted up a photo of themselves with a sticker on their shirt. It's a sticker of their face. And what it is they go to the drive-through part. Now, this is not practical for Las Vegas. I'm not suggesting this, but I'm telling you what this casino is doing. Whoa, Mary Phelps, coming to LV Sunday. Thanks for all you do. I was seriously worried you guys were going to hate me over this chat. Wow, why don't you hate me over this chat? Aren't you supposed to dislike what I'm saying because it doesn't adhere to your worldview? That must mean you're the awesomest people ever. Thank you so much, Mary. So, in this native gaming casino, somewhere in America, you have to drive to a window where they take a temperature with a temporal thermometer, or I don't know if maybe it's an image thermometer, the ones that they take a picture and they see it. And then they print out a picture of you and you stick it on, and they know they don't put your name. It's just a picture of you saying that you were checked, and then you can go into the casino. Wow, look at that. And I'm sure everybody said, that ain't going to work. People aren't going to come here. You're going to go bankrupt. That casino has business more than they've ever had before. Because here's the thing. Here's the deal. Let's say you made it so everywhere in Las Vegas, including just walking down the Bellagio fountain, needed a mask. You're going to draw in a whole different crowd of people that are okay with... You're going to drag in a whole different crop of people that might not have been okay coming here, but they're okay coming here now. Okay, they're okay coming here because before they were afraid, and now they're more comfortable coming here. So there's 50% of the crowd that are saying they're never going to come if they're going to mandate masks and if this thing gets out of control. Then you have the other 50% of people said that they say they're never going to come unless they mandate masks. You see how that works? So you can never make people happy all the time. Always all the time, 50% of people are going to be angry. Yeah, Rona. Yeah. I'm not Yeah, Rona. Yeah, my Sharona. I'll be in Vegas in October. Masks, no masks. I'm there, Arik says. That is cool. Arik, I will tell you, you're one of the people that's willing to do it. And are you going to wear a mask? It's up to you. You don't have to tell us in the comments, but thank you so much. And that's what I'm saying to you guys right now. That's my message for you guys tonight. When you come here, maybe you want to do what I do. Maybe you want to wear a mask. When you're in very close proximity. Hey, say, who's in close proximity to me? I'm talking like an old-fashioned guy from New York in the 30s, the stereotypes. You want to wear it when you're in very, very close proximity to people. That way, you know if you have it and you sneeze, you're not going to get it. And if anybody else has it and they sneeze, you're not going to get it. And then you take off the mask because there's nobody around you. Wow, that's difficult. Get ready for another lockdown, Danny Gans says. Danny Gans, one of the best entertainers in Las Vegas history, has risen from the grave. Danny Gans passed away some years ago. I don't know if you knew that, Danny. Maybe that's just a coincidence. You didn't know who Danny Gans was. He was a great singer and entertainer. This is a temporary situation. Vegas will be fine. I think it will be fine, but I think that we all have to be responsible. Masks are collectible. They are collectible. You can get this mask. You can get other masks. You can buy masks that have your team on them. You can buy masks on Facebook that are made in China and shipped to you and overpriced. You can buy lots of masks. You'll never get me, Kappas. Yeah. I love it. You just got to talk real fast. Yeah, that's a ticket. You'd be like John Lovitz when he was the compulsive liar guy. They're selling fireworks down by the stratosphere. Yeah, they do that every year. Those are the Phantom fireworks, and they put up little stands, and they're legal fireworks that you can blast off in Las Vegas, and they do that towards between June and July 4th every year in Las Vegas. That goes to benefit the Boy Scouts of America. So when you buy those fireworks, you're doing a good thing. When you go out to Pahrump, or you go out to Mesquite, or towards Mesquite, or Valley of Fire, and you buy those illegal ones, then you're in for a world of hurt because they have checkpoints. You can't bring them in. My daughter and I will be there August 4th. Masks all the way. Fair enough. My granddaughter and I are driving there tomorrow to visit my D. That's very cool, Stephanie. Look at that. That's some YouTube magic for you. They just moderated that for no reason. Oh, she retracted it, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, so disposable masks are great, too. Guess how many casinos have those? Practically none. Bellagio has them. I think the MGM Grand might have them. Oh, you know who does have them? The Excalibur. One casino company. Now, mind you, since the whole lockdown, I haven't been in the Venetian or the Palazzo or the Treasure Island. I was in the Circus. I was in the Caesar's Palace. They don't have them in Caesar's Palace. Planet Hollywood's not open yet. Link didn't seem to have them. So you can't get disposable face masks in most places. Maybe they just don't want to put the money into it. Exactly. Everyone just needs to personalize it and make the best of it. Look, I mean, there's people on the extreme right of things that say that the masks are just a symbolism of mind control. There's people on the left that say that not wearing a mask means that you don't care about humanity. Why don't we just meet in the middle and say that we all have to do whatever we have to do to get by? And if you don't want to wear one, you're not going to wear one. But should they be mandated? That's the question. And do the casinos ever really care? I don't think the casinos care that much. TI doesn't have them. Venetian doesn't have them. Palazzo doesn't have them. I am really surprised that Sheldon Adelson didn't put them out. I'm disappointed. I would want to see that with my real eyes. But I believe you 90% of the way, Selena. I really do. I found disposable masks at Costco. You can find them. They're not as comfortable. They don't breathe as well. I don't know what's in them. Are they cotton? Are they polymers? I'm not really sure. A bunch of doctors at the colleges and universities up here in Canada, along with researchers, say wear masks. Those and intellectuals with the money are the intellectuals with the money. I work in admin. Just remember, Nancy, not always the ones with the money are the smart ones, but, they do have the education, so you wouldn't want to take your kid to a doctor who didn't have an education, so that's good. I don't know if intellectualism, it's subjective, I'm not an intellectual, but some people are. No masks need for protests, but I can't have a barbecue. Kevin brings up a good point. There was a group of doctors recently that put out a report. Yeah, really, I'm not joking. They said that masks for protests were not a big deal. People can protest. Oh, no, that's not what they said. I screwed up my thought. They said that gathering in big places for protests was acceptable, but at the same time, gathering to protest the lockdowns were unacceptable. Wow, what's that double think about? I'll let you wrap your brain around that while I keep talking. Caesar will give you a mask if you ask. They had them at the table game pits. Okay, that's fine. You know, they'll give you a mask. That's nice of them. I imagine they're doing that mostly for public relations. If they didn't give you a mask and you asked for one, you imagine what would be on the Instagrams? I went to Caesar and asked for a mask. They wouldn't give it one. It'd be a billion views, a billion likes. LV casinos have enough money to chip in and build their own mask factory in town. That's true. I have a mask factory. It's in my dining room. You get free masks at Bellagio. Yeah, but that's my point. So the difference between the Caesars and the Bellagio, Tim Tom points out that you can get them at the Bellagio. You just walk up and pull out a mask. If you want to take 5 of them for your stay, you'd be like, I need a mask for Monday, for Tuesday, for Wednesday, for Thursday, and for the other 365 days, and just take the whole thing, and they'll just replace the masks. I got to say, MGM is doing it right in a lot of ways. I'm just saying. Like the paper cups they put into every room, every day for every person. Yes, we've transitioned to red party cups. I laughed my butt off the first time we went out to a Vietnamese soup place after the phase 2 opened, and they give us a red party cup, and I'm like, am I supposed to get drunk? It's like 2 in the afternoon. Can I have some vodka? I don't think this is the way. I didn't order this. That's what they had on hand. They switched to styrofoam cups since then, because God forbid you invest in a really good dishwashing system that boils your dishes at a high temperature. They used to give you nice cold frosted glasses that had water. It was so icy and cold, but you don't get that anymore. Flamingo had guards at certain points in the casino and asked if you would like a mask. Okay, credits to the Flamingo. Still putting another barrier between you actually being able to get one if you want one. Does Arnold wear a mask? He probably does. I'm going to be honest with you. I would not believe it. I would not disbelieve it. Okay? I would not disbelieve it. Nobody wants to wear these, okay? Let's just get that off. Nobody wants to wear a mask. I don't want you guys to think that I'm some kind of fear monger. I'm not. Nobody wants to wear a damn mask. They're uncomfortable. You don't like them. I don't like them very much. But if you have to wear one, wear one. Oh, you're such a hypocrite. Your wife makes them. Yeah, I guess I would be a real jerk if I just told you all you should wear one everywhere you go, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, wouldn't they? Yeah. Masks. Yeah, they're fantastic. Just because Uncle Black says, boom. Thank you, Uncle Black. I really appreciate you. And I really appreciate all of you guys for being here. Yeah, my mask is fantastic. It's fantastic. It's wonderful. That's terrible. Uncle Black, say thanks to Uncle Black. You guys are great for being out here with me tonight. Listen to me rant and rave. What did you get out of this? Hopefully the takeaway message is that we need to do better in Las Vegas at being safe. It doesn't mean come here and wear a latex jumpsuit everywhere you go. That's disposable. Dear God, don't do that. Joseph Drake says, went to Chumash Casino in California yesterday, and I won $1,500. Woo! Hand pay. Good work, Joseph. Plexiglass on the slots and smoking permitted. Can't wait to get to Vegas. Great stream, Steven. Hope to meeting you when I'm in Vegas. You better, Joseph. You better get on the Facebook or on the email. You've been so nice in the chats, and I want to meet all of you guys, and I want to make my time for you guys. And Joseph Drake's been here for a long time, and I really appreciate you, Joseph, and I appreciate all of you. Yeah, so that's my point. That's the takeaway point of all this. Wear one when you're in a high, closed up thing where you're going to be next to people. That's what our government is saying now. And I'm not saying listen to the government all the time. Trust me, don't trust the government. Either side, half the time they're saying something that's probably doublespeak. Doublespeak is from a book you guys should read. It's called 1984. But I don't know. It's tough, right? Now I feel like you guys are going to accuse me of being a scaremonger. People are going to watch this replay who are didn't. I'm going to be just put out to the yeah. I love Matt is into thin latex. Well, Matt, there's always a niche for that. So there's also clubs in every city in America that's into that stuff too, I guess. I am at the J. I don't know what that, Joseph, at the J or at the D? Hit like even if you disagree. Vegas Mooch says, well, they're not going to do that. That's not going to happen. Oh, I will meet up with you, Steve. Cool, Brad Rock. Steve and I will be on your strip tomorrow. Will you be on the strip tomorrow on Saturday? Yes, I will, Danny Gans. I totally will. Unless it's like, well, even if it's windy, I'm tending to do it. The problem with my phone right now is I have these cool, funky transponders, and I have to plug it into there, and I have to use this little dongle. So I put it on a gimbal, and you put the dongle in because we're in a dongle society. I remember saying one day when Apple came out with the iPhone, I'm never buying a phone without a headphone jack. Well, guess what, Jack? There's no headphone. So I have to do that. Then I got to put on my gimbal. Then I got to run another wire. It's complicated. That's why I can interview people better with that little thing that I got. But this makes it hard to live stream. But I'll get through it. I'll muddle through it all, as the Christmas Carol says. Frank and Jane Drubin, full body condom from the movie Naked Gun. Oh, I remember that, William. That was great with Leslie Nielsen and, of course, who was the other guy? Oh, my God, the Breathisher guy was in it. And also you had O.J. Simpson, yes. Waiting for the Galaxy Note 20. Yeah, I mean, it's good. It can keep up with that there technology. It might not have a better CPU, but I have a good feature set. I love the phone, so the phone works good for me. I'm in the Facebook going up to masks, hoping for old downtown Vegas material. I have some gambling material, the old Vegas downtown, that's long gone. That was actually sent to me by Matt, and it was just cannibalized and like really fast. Really fast. Ocean State Job lot has a lot of inventory, sanitizer, gloves, and masks, better pricing too. Ocean State Job Lot has a better inventory. I don't know what that means. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they sell masks. You guys want to check them out instead of me? I hope not. Okay, my dongle is sagging. Yeah, it's a happy dongle, but it gets saggy. Meow. Okay, Sweet Margarita, Smart Margarita. Margarita said, I can't see it because the chats are too fast and furious for me today. I saw several people here in California get in a big argument. There's been people that have been shot, like pew pew. That's not the sound that the gun makes. But there's people that have been shot over this stuff. Come on, man. Can we just have our sensibilities? Yep, so Danny Gans is talking about my bank account. I appreciate you guys not presuming anything about me. I'm basically unemployed at my job, just so you guys know. Basically unemployed. I sell advertising to people that don't have money after the coronavirus lockdown, and I'm 1099. So there's that. So thank you for your opinions on what my financial situation is like, Danny. But I still want to meet with you while you're here. Sounds good, Danny. And it sounds good. Everyone should wear a mask, a HEPA mask. Yeah, that might help, Bruce, and, you know, that might help. Where the hell is Ocean State Job Lot? Nobody knows. It's a mystery to all. Sid, you know Ford is releasing the new Bronco on OJ's birthday. That's a very good marketing plan. Let's go off the script for the last 10 minutes here. We'll talk about anything. If you ask your own doctor regarding masks, his answer is opposite of public opinion. What do you think one would do? Well, I would read the public opinion because here's why. So, Tony Robbins. Does anybody remember Tony Robbins? Give me a thumbs up if you know Tony Robbins. Big, huge, tall guy, giant dude, right? You know why he's so big? He's so big because he has thyroid hormone. That causes you to grow. Growth hormone comes from the thyroid. It's a thing. Whoa, Evan's mom is here. Thank you so much, Evan's mom. That's very nice of you. He tells a story once. 575 thank yous to Evan's mom. He tells a story once where he said that he was told that he had a cancer tumor pressing against his thyroid. And if they didn't remove it, it would cause him to die. So he said he processed the information and he got several different opinions. And he found out from one doctor that looked at it from an objective standpoint, that it wasn't growing, and that the risks were massive for going into that part of his body. It wasn't his thyroid, I'm sorry, it was part of his brain maybe, I don't know. My point is, it was in a part of his body where if they did that surgery, it could cause him severe complications. He might lose his life, whatever, right? Not whatever, but you know what I mean. So he went and found a doctor, and he did his research, and doctors are professionals that give educated opinions. Doctors aren't the gospel. Doctors are smart people, much smarter than me, I'm sure. And I wouldn't want to take somebody to get a medical diagnosis from somebody who wasn't a doctor with an education. But doctors also have a way of thinking that can be directed by politics, by their opinions, by their worldview. Some doctors want to report if you have depression and you own firearms to the government. That's scary to some, and to others it's totally sensible. But that is your civil liberties right there. There they are. There they are on full display being assaulted. So when you go to your doctor, you got to remember that the doctor might say the doctor might say what the doctor thinks. Is the doctor right? Is the doctor wrong? Do your independent research. The problem is, no, you can't really do independent research nowadays. Google makes that very difficult. So I would go to DuckDuckGo and Google, see both of them. I don't want to lose my YouTube channel because I said not to go to their website. Oh my gosh. Doctors have a practice for a reason. Practice. See, they practice medicine. It's the practice of medicine. I never even thought of that. Man, you guys are smart. Paul's asking a question that I'm not going to answer, Paul, but God bless you. I love you for asking. And I'm spinning, and I realize I do this. I don't know. Maybe I do have high functioning autism, aka Asperger's, because I don't always look at the camera and I do this a lot. And I go on rants about things that aren't important, that are very interesting to me. And I don't know what that's all about. Steve, what do I miss with the mask info? Coming in July 4th. Whew, Steve, let me rewind. Let me start at the first second of the video. No, Steve, all I was saying in the video was, just to recap anyways, I was saying that if I were to come to Vegas, and I do go down to the Strip, I'm going to wear a mask when I'm in close proximity with folks. And it's not because I think that this thing is magically going to stop little virus particles from passing through it and I'm now bulletproof. It's because if I have something and I don't know it and I sneeze and then I go achoo and it hits this part and then I brush up against somebody and now I've spread it, I don't want to spread it. And if somebody else has the same issue, I hope they would be wearing something so the globules don't get through. And then when I go off and there's not a ton of people, I'm going to take it off. And that's it. And I was talking about the theory that the Vegas casinos might not care as much about health and more about the bottom dollar, and that they know that this can't be traced back to Las Vegas, so they don't have any lawsuit problems coming up. That's the kind of stuff that we're talking about. Ass boogers. It's ass burgers. Burgers. It's a South Park episode. It's pretty funny, actually. Oh, Steve, the mask issue changes day to day. This is true. It does. It does, Tamara. We know more information than when we started all this, don't we? And that's the important part. Close proximity is redundant, Bruce says. I don't know about that. I mean, if the average person sneezes and it travels about 6 feet of spray, it's pretty gross. But have you ever watched one of those horrible high-speed YouTube films, a high-speed video where they sneeze and it's a black background with a nice lighting setup and you can see all the particles spraying out and you're like, oh, God, I can't not unsee that. Oh. That's what we're talking about here. But it's carried in that saliva. And that's why the mask protects you from making other people sick. It's not a rocket science, people. It's not rocket science. Nobody's saying put this thing on and you're magically protected unless you're rich and you can afford N95 masks. Hola, mi amigo. Deadmau5 is here from Mexico City, down in Distrito Federale. I can't say it correctly. Mythbusters. That's in your proximity. So as my proximity is 6 feet. You're right. That's in my proximity. But how am I supposed to practice my proximity when I'm in front of the Bellagio fountains and there's 500 people all within a tiny little fraction of a mile? It's impossible. They can put as many social distancing stickers as they want on the ground. Nobody's paying attention. Can a fart spread COVID-19? Just kidding, Sleepy Joe. Actually, look that one up. There's research out of China that says that it might be able to. And I know, and at that point, I'm just extremely alarming, and that's horrible. Not going to happen, but there's some weird things about this thing that we don't know. That's the whole point of wearing a mask, to keep virus from traveling very far. And that was the point. The spread, my friends. When all those restaurants have casinos in a few days, if it closed, Vegas is going to have a problem. I don't know, Jeffrey, why all of the restaurants would have to close. The Mayfair Supper Club is closing for a few days to do a deep disinfection of the entire place. Whoa, where is your new lighted cap? That's a great question. Amazon lately has been not delivering Prime in 1 or 2 day delivery. That's the first thing. And then on top of that, they've been sending everything with UPS. And UPS historically tells me they're going to deliver between 9:30 to 8 or 4:30 in the morning, and then in the afternoon, and then they never deliver it on time. So then UPS is always sending another frickin' truck out with my thing. Okay, this says it was delivered and it was left at the front door or the front porch. So I guess it's here. I just didn't know. Yeah, I got home at 7:30. It still wasn't delivered. And there's no photos because it's a UPS driver. So there's your Amazon for you. Buy on eBay. It's faster in a lot of cases. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh my gosh. Wear a mask on your butt. That's funny, Siren says. Siren Muscle, why did I not do this? Siren is going to be a moderator because he's been in my very first live stream to this one here today. So I'm celebrating like a year's worth of live streaming here, so he can be a moderator. He's cool. He's down with the crew. He's down with everybody. Do a opening of the hat. I'm not gonna do an opening of a hat. I didn't do an opening. I have a product here that is gonna be in a channel video. It's a sponsored video, but it's gonna be really good. You're gonna like the video. I'm gonna do it video blog style, so I'll put a lot of effort into it. Currently, how many patterns do you have available for your masks? A whole lot. I mean, there's stuff that I haven't even thrown up there yet. I have gambling related. I have a lot of 4th of July patriotic stuff. You can check out the website. Some of those patterns on the website. What do I got on the website right now? I have like 8 or 9 patterns on the website right now. So we can make them and send them. Let's be careful with comments, please. All opinions welcome, respectfully, please. Evan's mom, throwing down the mom rules, and I love it. Thank you, Evan's mom. When the vaccine comes out, do you force people to get it? Oh man, is that the loaded question of the century? I will offend half of you if I say one thing and the other half if I say another. I don't know. I don't know. Then we make like this two-class system, right? This two-class system where, like in China, they have to carry a smartphone to show that they've had it, and then if they want to enter into a business, they have to like biometrics. They have to press their fingerprint, and then they have to show them a code, and then they look it up in a database. And now Bill Gates is happy because Microsoft is running all the data centers for that stuff. Oh, I busted out a Bill Gates conspiracy theory. It's not a conspiracy theory. 1 meal a day is hard. I'm struggling to get all my calories in unless part of it is junk food. Trying to lose 10 pounds with 1,800 calories a day. I'm 5'6", 155 currently. Then eat 2 meals a day. Just eat 2 meals a day. Do a 20-hour fast. You don't have to eat 1 meal a day. It's about the overall calories you eat in a day anyways. And if you want to eat 2 meals a day, you can make your first meal fat heavy and very, very light on carbs. So you could just throw a couple of full-fat hamburger patties in a pan with some cheese. That'll be about 900 calories right there. That'll keep you full, and that'll get you your fats and your proteins. And then your second meal can be a mixture of carbs, high carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Just make sure you're getting enough protein. That'll keep you full. And make sure that you're eating good quality carbs. Junk food tends to do things to your body. There's 10 patterns, but I actually have way more patterns. They're just sitting waiting for the 10 patterns to be made. It becomes a logistical nightmare. It becomes a logistical nightmare. Oh, man, Danny Gans is insulting the mods. And, of course, the mods, when you say, hey, mods, get a life, the mods are going to, like, just shut you down. Don't insult the mods, please, Danny. I appreciate you being here. You have freedom of rights and speech, and you do have it, but I just don't want you to be fighting with people. Let's hit the like button. Let's see how many likes we can get. Yeah, we could get some likes. Most of the people are 527 viewers. They're not all the same viewers. People have been in and people have been out. Whoa, Lorna says, did you get my message about masks? I have to go check my email, Lorna. I get a lot of email, and I always check them after the live stream, so I'll definitely check it out. And Lorna is a level 3 local Las Vegan. So we got Teacher Loves Disney tonight. Teacher Loves Disney. What's your favorite Disney movie? Paul T, Jerry Diver, MPLS Mikey, Dodger Ryan 124, Amy Petaway, MPLS Mikey, Ryan Wilkerson, Paper City Gamer Jeff, Minneapolis Mikey. Wow, there's MPLS Mikey and Minneapolis Mikey. 2 different people. Dodger Ryan 124, Paul T, Mac Barakai, Night Landing Tonight. Afternoon Delight. Oh, man, that's not the song. Mary Phelps, Arik Hevner, Uncle Black, Joseph Drake, Evan's Mom, Dodger Ryan, 124, and Lorna Jennings. And now Jersey T joins in the fray. Man, you also super chatted me in my premiere this morning. Thank you so much. And by the way, if you watch these videos, well, I probably should have told you at the beginning, but if you watch these videos, then you get to the end of the video. Great, you're awesome. You're a rock star. My videos in the morning are never live. Like I pre-record them, I do the editing, and then I put a button, it says premiere, and then we watch it together and I'm chatting. But most of you already knew that. Mark can't wait. I'm going to meet you in real life, Mark, and do those masks with you because I got to sort out the designs for you. And so you and I will text later on the SMS text messages. But now's the time of the video where I do have to get to the chopper, unless you guys have something else we can talk about for a little while. Did the Wynn open their buffet today? They did. They did. Yep, they opened up the buffet. My cousin made me a pink mask with cats on it. I wore it to Costco. Bruce says, real men wear pink, Bruce. Don't let her tell you anything else. AZ is not shut down. Just a group of 3 casinos voluntarily shut down. See, that's going back to the fact that we have private businesses that can do what they want. My wife and I went to the South Outlet today, walked around there for a little bit, and guess what? Some of the businesses aren't open. They don't have to be open. They don't have to be open. Get to the hat. I'll wear the hat tomorrow in a live stream. Yeah, if I have 45 more likes, it'd be 350, but it's not all about the likes. Okay, I'll go to level 4, Paul says. Paul's a level 4. It's reserved for people who are on the Patreon. I have missed Patreon posts for a few days. I'm going to have to come up with something special. Oh, I know what I could possibly do. I think I have some cutting room footage somewhere that I could post up. Yeah, I could do that. I'm going to post up the stuff from the Flamingo early when I do that. And I also have another thing. I have an item, and I can't tell you about it yet. It came from Korea. I left there yesterday. I got here today. The world is crazy efficient at shipping stuff. And as a sponsored video that I'm going to go to the Strip, I'm going to visit all these hotels. I'm going to do the editing. It's going to be pretty cool. You'll like it. It'll be like Linus Tech Tips. He does good videos that are sponsored videos. You don't have to do a sponsored video and talk about Shadow League of Legends or whatever it's called. God, I hate that. I hate that. I hate that ad. Don't you hate that? League of Shadows, whatever. What's that ad called that all the YouTubers run? It's all Raid Shadow Legends. And by the way, this game Raid Shadow Legends is so cool. And then you look, they're not playing Raid Shadow Legends. Forget them. They're not playing that game. They're just getting paid boku bucks to talk about a game that's there to just rob you. Raid Shadow Legends. Anybody heard this before? Has anybody heard of this one? Have you seen this one? That's like my Jay Leno. Steven, do you think smaller casinos will be bought out by the big boy casinos due to cheap? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. They don't have any money to operate with right now. What capital are they using? You know what I mean? They don't have any money. They don't have any money. So if anybody knows Raid Shadow Legends, you guys know that those commercials are annoying and they suck. I'm going to do something that's very good for you guys. I always will. All right. So now we go. We got to say 3, 2, 1 click, I guess. And I'll see you guys in another video tomorrow. You guys are great. Thank you for being here with me. How long will the mask situation go on? I don't know, Nodder. Till there's herd immunity or a vaccine. I could just keep asking. I can't believe there's still 503 people here. But as the amazing Kreskin once said, and George Costanza practiced, sometimes you have to make your point and then say, good night, everybody. So good night, everybody. Thank you for watching me tonight. Did you get my, yes, the live stream hat's here. I gotta go. I keep answering questions. How is it still 499 people? Channel's much bigger than me. Don't get that when it's just a guy in a room. Impressive. You guys are the best audience on YouTube. So yeah, let's go talk about it on Not Leaving Las Vegas on Facebook. Go to the group. Let's talk about it. If you guys want to order a mask, you can do that. That's fine. You're gonna think this was a whole entire commercial for a mask. It wasn't. It's just the fact that, you know, I've had enough with people not wearing them and being dangerous. And that's it. I gotta go. See you on the flip side. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Click. Thank you, guys. I mean it. You don't even know. You're the best part of my day most of the days, and you're awesome. Bye.